Former WBC heavyweight champion Bermane Stiverne has been talking to Sky Sports ahead of this potential challenge for Anthony Joshua's IBF World Heavyweight title. And let me quote Stiverne directly here. He said he's actually in camp right now, so he's training for this potential Joshua fight. He says, getting ready a little earlier will not hurt me. Better stay ready than to get ready when I get the call. Everybody has been talking about the possibility to fight Joshua. You know, that's option number one. I'm available and I'm willing to fight. He says Joshua's representatives have been going back and forth with Don King. That's Stiverne's promoter. He goes on to say, but I don't have any details about the conversation. The last conversation I had with Mr. King, I told him to make it happen. I have a desire to be a 2-time heavyweight champion. All I'm waiting on is the call. I've got nothing but a surprise for Mr. Joshua if that's how he thinks I'm coming. Joshua is tailor-made for me. Chris Arreola was tailor-made for me. Joshua is tailor-made for me. Joshua doesn't move too much. He stays in front of his opponents. He's too stiff with too much muscle. Not as smooth as a heavyweight should be. I'm not saying he's not good or downgrading what he's doing, but when he fights somebody who punches back, who can take a punch and is smart in the ring, it will be a huge problem for him. No, he hasn't been tested. He's still green. First and foremost, out of all the heavyweights out there, the only one I respect is Joshua. But in my opinion, he's still green. So that was Bermane Stiverne talking to Sky Sports. Stiverne, without being disrespectful, to me doesn't come across as the sharpest tool in the box. That's how I'll put it. When he fought Ray Austin several years ago, he looked terrible in that fight. He was losing the fight until I believe it was the 9th or 10th round when he eventually caught Ray Austin and knocked him out. After the fight, he said, well, it was a bad performance because I had a fever in the ring. Well, in that fight, Stiverne looked just the same as he did against Wilder. Just the same as he has done in all the fights I've seen of Stiverne, and I've seen loads of his fights. He was coming forward with terrible head movement, very predictable and not very effective head movement, extremely slow feet, in straight lines, not cutting off the ring effectively. These are all technical things that Stiverne was doing in the Ray Austin fight. So forget about this fever and all this other stuff. Look at the technical problems there is with Stiverne against a 40-year-old Ray Austin who was out of shape. No wonder he was going to, he had all those problems when he's got those technical deficiencies. And that's why I felt Wilder had a great chance to beat Stiverne on points. Because if he just uses height and reach, Stiverne is not good on the front foot. He can't cut off the ring effectively. He don't have good head movement. These are the things that Stiverne should have been addressing in his style. So he's talking about Joshua's tailor-made for him. I think it's more of a case where Stiverne might be tailor-made for Joshua. Stiverne these days is more comfortable on the back foot. With a guy like, for example, a Chris Arreola coming at him. That way he don't have to move his feet that much. He can just lean on the ropes, absorb shots, come back with counters. Stiverne does have fast hands when he lets the shots go. He's pretty sharp. He's very heavy-handed. He does hit very hard. So I've mentioned this in the previous video. If Anthony Joshua is caught leaning in, and he does lean into his opponents a lot of the time, Joshua, that's where Stiverne might be able to capitalize and catch Anthony Joshua with some clean punches. But if Joshua boxes long, as he should be looking to do, he should be trying to replicate exactly what Deontay Wilder did. Although, as I've said previously, I'm not sure Joshua has as good a back foot game as Wilder. I don't think he's as fluid or natural on the back foot as Wilder, but he may not have to be against somebody like Stiverne because Stiverne's feet are so slow. And as I've already said, His head movement is poor. He's not good at cutting off the ring. So, rather than saying Joshua's tailor-made for me because he's not fluid and all this kind of stuff, he's got a longer reach than you, Mr. Stiverne. He's taller than you. He's in better shape than you. Even though Joshua don't have the quickest feet in the heavyweight division, and I think Wilder has got quicker feet than Joshua, he's still got quicker feet than Stiverne. Stiverne is a plodder. So these are the things that Stiverne should be, concerning himself with, rather than saying that Joshua is tailor-made for him, because, oh my gosh, Joshua is definitely not tailor-made for him. If anything, a Chris Arreola was tailor-made for him, not Joshua. Joshua does have some things which Stiverne could exploit if they find themselves in certain situations in the ring, Joshua and Stiverne. But overall, is this a tailor-made opponent for Stiverne, would you say, from the outside looking in? Hell no, if you got any sense. That's just my opinion, man. We'll see whether this fight goes ahead. There's other fights being talked about for Joshua as well, other than Bermane Stiverne. He might even fight Joseph Parker this year rather than Stiverne. He might fight Kubrat Pulev. That's another name that's flying around at the moment. But yeah, let me know what you think about Bermane Stiverne's comments. Is he underestimating Joshua? Is he overestimating himself? Should he be concentrating on trying to improve his own game rather than looking weaknesses in the other guy, thinking to himself, hang on, why did I actually lose the Wilder fight? It wasn't because of no dehydration. Why was I actually behind against Ray Austin, a 40-year-old man? It wasn't because of a fever. It's because I'm no good on the front foot. I'm too heavy. My head movement is not good enough. I'm not good at cutting off the ring. I need to improve these parts of my game. So anyway, people, let me know how you feel in the comment section below. It's your boy Hatman, I'm out.